beginnings of the Federation of China state
Yes, that all station oil carry of the LCD all up of it the water
Nigeria code. The act at state order the able
process of intelligence they are here to him. Local refiner directed while the state was the country the part that would people
are still at the that in this stand to do what we need for me up in
Rstv.
time last Swananao, Waynesboro, Virginia, USA, Dr. Christian A.Y. Cocorico stated this while addressing women in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State as part of the club's program in Niger Delta region. Dr. Cocorico said the first civilian governor of Old River State, Melford Ben Kilos Cup for wrestling will kick off in March 2024 in Bayelsa State. Also as part of the ongoing program tagged Nigerian Students for Good Character, meant for both public and private schools in private states. He noted that mothers who play major roles in homes, schools, churches, and mosques should use the opportunity to ensure their children awards participation, and commended the managing director of Niger Delta Development Commission, Samuel Owuku, for promoting peaceful coexistence among the people of Niger Delta region, and also encourage women in skill acquisition. Meanwhile, President General of the League of Character Clubs International, Dr. Christian A.Y. Cocorico, has urged the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board (JAM) to give proper orientation to educate the students of the technicality of registering for JAM examination. Dr. Cocorico, who disclosed this, said it would give parents and guardians some relief and not make things difficult during the registration and examination period. While addressing students of Kenny's Angel Academy in a program tagged Nigerian Students for Good Character in Port Harcourt, Dr. Christian Cocorico says students should always be educated on how to register for JAM to avoid mistakes. Thanking the President General for the unique advice to JAM Office Proprietor, Kenny's Angels Academy, Dr. Vivian Oziomaduru said the JAM office should implement these advice on educating the student and also appreciates the League of Character Clubs International for embarking on school tour throughout the 3 senatorial districts of Rivers State. Federal government has solicited for the support of the United States on its membership in the G20 and a seat on the United Nations Security Council. President Bola Tinubu made the request at a bilateral meeting with the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Addressing a joint press briefing after the bilateral discussions, Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Tuga said the discussions bordered on agriculture, food security, pharmaceuticals, security, and artificial intelligence. Tuga argued that Nigeria, being Africa's largest economy, deserves to represent the African voice on the UN Security Council, as 60% of resolutions passed by the UNSC are Africa-related. He also disclosed that the bilateral talks included definite decisions on other issues, including the upcoming Nigeria-US Binational Commission holding between March 11 to 13, 2024. President Tinubu had in September 2022 participated in the G20 summit in New Delhi, India. The group consists of Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, South Korea, Japan, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, the United Kingdom, the United States, and the European Union. United Nations has urged the Nigerian government to abolish the death penalty. Member states of the global body called for an immediate moratorium to the death penalty pending its abolition from Nigeria's criminal justice system. The calls were made at the Universal Periodic Review of Nigeria in Geneva, Switzerland. Nigeria's delegation, led by the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi, in Geneva for the UPR, which happens every 4 to 5 years, while presenting Nigeria's report of its human rights efforts, rolled out a plethora of laws and policies enacted by the government to curb rights abuses. The Attorney General said Nigeria's quest for an improved human rights record led to the strengthening of public institutions to ensure accountability in the event of violations. Fagbemi explained that the country had taken steps to promote and protect the enjoyment of fundamental human rights of Nigerians. However, spokesperson for the Nigerian Correctional Services, Abubakar Umaru, had said that Nigeria's correctional centers currently have 3,413 inmates on death row. Minister of Trade and Investment Doris Uzokanite has disclosed that the federal government has initiated a process to improve the local production of syringes, needles, and other medical equipment in the country. Uzokanite explained that this would help to fill the gap created by the exodus of foreign manufacturing companies due to unfavorable business environment. The policy is coming months after a British pharmaceutical company, GlaxoSmithKline, Consumer Nigeria, Sanofi, and other healthcare companies ended their operations in the country, citing foreign exchange unavailability. Uzokanite, speaking at a meeting with members of the Medical Device Manufacturers Association of Nigeria in Abuja, said the government was ready to eliminate policy bottlenecks affecting the sector while improving the capacity of local producers. The minister also stated that a backward integration program with enticing incentives will be explored to stop the exit of foreign manufacturing companies. On his part, Minister of State for Health, Tunji Alausa, explained that the federal government aims to change the narrative from the importation of syringes to local production.
Here we are, supreme base of a nation great, our heritage built on a cocktail of cultures, a land sprawling in immense propensity. This is who we are, Rivers State, a promise of unending possibilities. The time has come to shift the paradigm and congregate in a plural voice, so we can build a new bridge of enduring unity, together. Let us cascade the potent harvest of our glorious destinies. Let all and sundry hear the clarion call, for the time is now, to prove our riversness and put an end to our divisiveness. Listen to the roar of hydrocarbon engines stirring to defend our unbreakable spirit, so we can renew our communal covenant. This is River State, where peace reverberates in solemn resonance, where the passion for life glows beyond the twilight, where life is a rhythm, a music with echoes of fraternal melodies. Our rivers of excellence beckons beyond belief.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news. Be Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Still on federal matters, the Federation Account Allocation Committee has shared a total of 1.1 trillion naira December 2023 allocation to the federal, state and local government councils. This was contained in a statement by the Director of Press and Public Relations under the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation 2024. The 1,127.408 billion naira total distributable revenue comprised distributable statutory revenue of 363.188 billion naira, district electronic money transfer levy revenue of 17.855 billion naira, and exchange difference revenue. The total deductions for cost of collection was 62.254 billion naira. For last month was put at 473,754.57 million dollars. The communique stated that from the 1,127.408 billion naira total distributable revenue, the federal government received a total of 383.872 billion naira. The state governments received 396.693 billion naira, and the local government councils received 288.928 billion naira. A total sum of 57.915 billion naira, 13% of mineral revenue, was shared to the benefiting states as derivation revenue. United States Secretary of State Anthony Blinken said the United States would provide an additional $4 to $5 million to West African nations as part of a plan to battle instability, bringing total funding under the year-old program to nearly $300 million. In a four-nation tour of African democracies, Blinken met separately with President Bola Tinubu and Ivorian President Alassane Ouattara. The trip was to discuss U.S.-African partnerships over trade, climate, infrastructure, health, security, and other issues. It follows a summit in Washington with African leaders in December 2022. Blinken sought progress combating coups and extremism in West Africa in talks with two key leaders as he pointed to Ivory Coast as a model. On the foreign scene, Tanzania's primary opposition party Chadema is gearing up for widespread protests to address concerns related to proposed electoral bills, the soaring cost of living, and delays in constitutional reforms. While police in the commercial city of Dar es Salaam have granted permission for the march, they have issued warnings against violence and incitement. Chadema announced that the approved permission was secured through a consensus with the police, emphasizing the commitment to ensuring peaceful demonstrations. Reports say the protest aims to exert pressure on the government, urging swift implementation of reforms in preparation for the upcoming general election next year. The opposition party specifically opposes three electoral bills presented in Parliament last November, calling for their withdrawal on the grounds that the views of numerous stakeholders were not adequately considered. Tanzania, known for maintaining a relative stability in its tumultuous region, is witnessing increased political activity in anticipation of these opposition-led protests. A man has been arrested in South Africa after telling an inquiry that he started a deadly building fire in Johannesburg last year. The 29-year-old, who is most likely to face 76 counts of murder, said he started the fire while trying to get rid of the body of someone he has strangled in the apartment complex on the orders of a drug dealer. The surprise confession was given at a public inquiry into the blaze, with the unnamed man saying he poured gasoline on his victim's body and set it alight. The man, who was a resident of the building, is also facing 120 counts of attempted murder and a charge of arson. The blaze, which spread through the building, was one of South Africa's worst disasters, drawing the world's attention to the problem of so-called hijacked buildings in Johannesburg, which are abandoned by authorities and taken over by illegal landlords. Hundreds of people desperate for somewhere to live were occupying the building at the time of the fire, which killed 76, including at least 12 children. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa had ordered the inquiry into the disaster that started in October by hearing testimony from emergency services personnel who first responded to the fire in August 31. The U.S. says its forces have carried out strikes in Iraq on 3 facilities used by Iran-backed militia. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said the proportionate strikes targeted Qatar Hezbollah militia group and other Iran-affiliated groups. He said the precision strikes were in direct response to attacks against U.S. and coalition allies in Iraq and Syria, stressing that U.S. President Joe Biden will not hesitate to take necessary action to defend American interests. The U.S. Military Central Command said at the time that an Iran-backed militia targeted the Al-Assad Air Base, which hosts American troops with ballistic missiles and rockets. Meanwhile, Iraq's National Security Advisor Qassem al-Araji said they were a flagrant violation of Iraq's sovereignty, adding that the U.S. strikes did not help in bringing calm. A group calling itself the Islamic Resistance in Iraq has claimed responsibility for the attack. The group emerged in late 2023 and is comprised of several Iran-affiliated armed groups operating in Iraq, and has claimed other attacks against U.S. forces in recent weeks. On the entertainment scene, animated series Iwaju is set to start streaming on Disney Plus in February. Deborah Ahmed takes a look at this and other entertainment stories.
Kugali Media, in partnership with Disney Animation, has confirmed February 28, 2024 as the release date for the sci-fi series Iwaju. The disclosure comes with the release of a teaser on Monday, 22nd January 2024, affirming the initial announcement made during the 2023 African International Film Festival (AFRIFF) that the series will debut in 2024. Created by Hamid Ibrahim Toluwala Kinolufoye, Iwaju is an animated series set in a futuristic Lagos, Nigeria. Following the announced date for its release, Nigerian-American actor Dayo Okoneyi, Kehinde Bankole, Bisola Ayiyola, and other notable actors have been revealed as some of the voices behind the characters in the animation, with the inclusion of Lala Akindoju, who doubles as the casting director. The series follows the tale of Tola, a young girl hailing from an affluent island, and her close companion, Kole, a self-taught tech expert. Their friendship is tested by Bude, a tech pioneer who hides a criminal underworld and runs with an iron fist. Nominations for the 2024 Oscars have been announced, with Barbie and Oppenheimer dominating nominations across various categories. The year 2023 was a huge year for cinema, which saw Barbie and Oppenheimer dominate the box office. The Barbenheimer phenomenon, a viral trend which saw thousands thousands of fans booked tickets to see both films on the same day last summer makes this year's Oscars far more accessible than usual. The Oscar award producers are also hoping Barbie and Oppenheimer's inclusion will result in a surge in interest and viewers of the award show. Other movies such as Poor Things, The Holdovers, and Killers of the Flower Moon also featured in various categories. Robert Downey Jr. called acting nominations. The nominations for all categories were announced by Jack Quaid. Deborah Amer, Rstv Entertainment News.
Ghana coach Chris Hughton has been fired following the team's earlier African Cup of Nations (AFCON). The Ghana Football Association, who announced the decision after the team's elimination was confirmed, said Executive Council has also taken a decision to dissolve the technical team of the Black Stars. Ghana lost their opening Group B game to Cape Verde, followed by 2 draws with Mozambique and Egypt, both with a 2-2 score. The Ghana Football Association will in the coming days provide a roadmap on the future direction of the Black Stars. Chris Hughton had been in the role since replacing Otto Addo following the 2022 World Cup. And still in sports, FIFA President Gianni Infantino has lauded the remarkable success of women's football on the global stage, emphasizing its significant impact on changing perceptions. Speaking at the Coaches Forum hosted at the home of FIFA in Zurich, Switzerland, Infantino expressed his admiration for the outstanding football displayed during the FIFA Women's World Cup last summer. Infantino highlighted the exceptional quality of play, citing incredible goals and the overall performance of the athletes that captivated audiences worldwide. The Coaches Forum, extending over 2 days, provided a platform for coaches to share insights on technical competition and refereeing matters. During the discussions, Infantino touched on the expansion of youth competitions, revealing plans to increase the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup to 24 teams, adding that the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup is set to become an annual event in the future, showcasing FIFA's commitment to promoting women's football at various levels. Do you love and care about Rebel State and a peace? Let's build and take it to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. You can watch Rstv News live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. You can subscribe and click the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And that's it on the news at 3. Thank you so much for watching. I am Ubili Yara. Join us again at 7:30 for more news. Good afternoon.